man.
glad.
So, go ahead.
We're glad you're here. I have a TikTok live going too because we want to promote you as much as possible.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So we'll go ahead and get the podcast started here. We won't keep you very long. I'm just glad we finally got to get together.
Nice.
Yeah, I've
So
already
we'll go ahead and start, and then we'll just get moving.
Okay.
Where are you living now?
Well, let's get it.
I'm actually,
moving.
we're on our way back to Bluefield.
Oh, okay.
Bluefield. Okay.
All right. You've been all over the place.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was in Vegas for like 3 years. I just came from Phoenix. I was out in Phoenix for almost like 3 years. That's with this music, man. It's traveling with this music. It's taking me everywhere. It's taking me places. I want to go across seas.
Oh, really? That would be amazing.
Yeah, I feel like London would be crazy with music. Like certain types of music. Like I feel like the music scene over there is like, I don't know. I want to know what it's like. I need that experience.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I was telling the people, it's so funny. And I was telling my girls tonight, we were doing this podcast, and it's kind of funny how you and I met. Do you remember how we met?
I think I was talking to my dad about that. You had one of your first classrooms with the classes that you were teaching right next to the diner, that the diner next to the church.
Right. Yeah. Do you remember? I was having my classes there. The restaurant was there. Do you remember the time when that naked streaker guy came? Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember that. He was on top of the building across the street. Wow.
Yeah, he came to the door. Like, I was teaching my class, and I know you had the restaurant next door, and he came to the door, and everybody's like, Ange, lock the door, lock the door. I'm like, why? And I looked over, and he was butt naked, head to toe.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm usually real good with the memory. Oh wow, I did not remember that. Yeah,
That's one you probably trying to forget.
Yeah, I was like, hey, back up, man. What is you doing? What are you doing?
It was so bad. Then he ended up on top of the building. It was a big mess. Yep. Yeah, and I just remember you and your dad, and you were always on your skateboard. Y'all were so nice. It was that was way back when I first started all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like 14.
I'm glad you. What was that?
It was like 2014, I think. It was a while back.
Yeah. What was that? Almost 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's back when I was skateboarding heavy. I was skating heavy.
Yes, you were. I remember that. So tell us just from the beginning, like, where did it all start? Where did your passion for music and where did it start?
Just with music, it more or less started with just like with poetry. I just used to write a lot. Just used to write it down a lot, and then it got to the point where it's like, during lunch sessions, kids beating on the table, freestyling. But I was never the one to rap though. I wasn't confident with myself yet. So it started to develop more to one to actually hop on instrumental tracks. And then like one of the most serious points when I took my first battle ever in Rockford, Illinois. I battled for the first time in front of 200 plus people. Never rapped in front of anybody before. I had a couple months to prepare, get all my stuff together, and that was like one of the breaking points. Like that showed me, like, okay, all right, you can do this. If this is the end goal you want to get, right, to perform in front of people, to entertain people. So if I can overcome stage fright, this is I got it because the talent as far as with music, that just came naturally. Just when I hear a beat and the first things that come to my head usually just, I don't know, it just clicks. And when it came to music was Vegas. Vegas is really what was like a make or break for me. That's when I started street performing.
Okay.
I was out there. I was street performing. Me and my brother, we moved out there. We were downtown Fremont Experience. I don't know if you've ever been, but we were downtown Fremont Experience, and there was this guy out there. He had a mic, playback speaker, and he had a tip bucket in front of him. I'm like, hey, I want to rap. He was like, okay, tip the bucket. And I tipped the bucket, and I rapped, and like just blew his mind away. And I was like, he was like, you don't ever have to pay to rap on my mic again. You can actually come out here with me every night and come do this. And I'm like, what? He's like,
wow.
yes, you can come do this every night. And I'm like, I gave it some thought. I was working a job. I was doing some telemarketing. And the first night I went out there, and it was like asking myself, okay, if you really want to do this, these are hundreds of people going to walk past you that you don't know. They're not going to know you. They're going to judge you. They might think you suck. Are you ready for that? And I had to ask myself, you're right. If I want to take my music seriously and be able to entertain people and entertain a large group of people, I need to be able to do this. I felt like it was a necessity, and that's what and from there, it was on. It was on. I was hooked. I quit my job. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not doing nothing but this.
Yes. That's awesome. I feel like it would be so hard to be a street performer, to be out there and, like you said, to just people who could be hateful, who could be mean. They're not paying to come see you, versus like, okay, you're at a stadium, you're at a venue or whatever, and people may be paying to see you because they kind of know who you are and they want to hear you, versus you're standing there and somebody who doesn't agree with what you do or maybe with what you're singing about can heckle you almost. Have you had experience like that where you maybe were like heckled and like rattled your cage?
Rattled. Okay, the memory that pops in my head, this guy is, okay, we're out there, I'm street performing, he's with his buddies. You can tell, you always know the face that another musician gives you, like, yeah, okay, all right, he wrote all of that, he wrote it, and he challenged me. He's like, I got $100 in my pocket that says you cannot out rap me. I looked him up and down, I'm like, 100, I don't got 100, but I got 50. We can see what we can do. Because I'm not going to lie, I was like slightly intimidated. Like, he's saying this, like he got something in the bag. I got 50. I can afford to lose 50. Come on, why not? And I say that was like, that really had me like, oh, okay. That was a moment I could think of right on top of my head.
Yeah. How did it turn out? Did you get it?
Oh, it went horrible for him. It made me mad. I should have bet the
$100. You didn't bet on yourself.
I didn't. I only bet 50. I trusted myself, but I don't know. I was more or less going off of his talent, and I had to remind myself the moment I start rapping, like, wait, this is home field advantage. Just I do this. Wait, yeah. you walked up on me doing this.
Right, exactly. One of our TikTok listeners here on live had a good question. Who is your influencer? Do you have like somebody who influenced you in this field or mentor?
Early, I say like my teenage years through high school, as far as like music to push for music, was Kid Cudi and early Wiz Khalifa days, like Taylor Gang, like before his dreads, like Kid Cudi, of course Lil Wayne, through all the No Ceilings mixtapes. But I would say like a more if like of a big influence on me was Kid Cudi.
Yeah. I had another question come through here. I guess like when you're talking about that guy stepping up and being all confident and made you kind of feel like he could actually rap, you probably forgot, because it sounds like you're one of those guys, you're so passionate about it that once you start, you probably almost black out, right? Like you get it. Where nothing's going on around you.
Man, it would be moments where my big brother used to DJ. He was the one that played all the instrumentals. And there would be points of time where I'm looking at him freestyling, but I'm like looking at him with my eyes like, bro, do you hear this? Like, I'm not even here. Or like I'm having an outer body experience. Like, do you hear this right now? Like, I'm going crazy, bro. Do you hear this? Like, and that's what my eyes would be telling, but I couldn't. It would be a point where I wouldn't break character. You would ask me a question, I would keep rapping and answer your question.
That's awesome.
And hoping you're recording it, right?
Oh my goodness. I don't even want to mention how many priceless moments that were supposed to be recorded, or so that it's like I did like almost an album a night. I would be out there from anywhere 7, 8, p.m. to about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Just rapping, freestyling over anything. My slogan was, I dare you to ask me to rap. I dare you to ask me. So I don't care what it is. Put it on whatever. I'm going to find it, and you're going to love it, because that's my job.
So that's crazy to me. That's when you say you're going out there and thinking, all right, you're going to be going out there for several hours, and it's not canned. You know, it's not something you just have in your pocket. You got to come with something off your top of your head, and you got to make it work, which is, to me, is mind-boggling. It makes me sweat a little bit just thinking about being in front of people and having to like be on my toes that much with.
Yeah.
Like literally on your edges but just like you would think it's like they're giving you everything that you need to rap about. If you run out of words, there's people with logos on their shirts. There's people have sneakers on. People, you learn to start using your surroundings. Like, okay, well, let's point out this person. Let's shine this person. Let's point this out, and that's how you would catch yourself if you ever felt yourself slipping. Because what I was trying to evolve with the whole street performing thing was everybody who was doing it, they made it about the crowd, which was okay, which was fine. They would bring people out, they would rap about them, ask them where they're from, and rap about that. And I wanted to keep that involved, but also that this isn't A to Z. Because I want you to stay, but I'm the reason why you're standing here, because you see somebody with a mic and a speaker, and there's a crowd of people around it. So I was more or less trying to sway people who are starting to do it to make it so shine, make yourself shine. Because once people aren't around you, it was points in time where there'd be hundreds of people around me rapping, and then there would be points where there was nobody around me, and I'm still rapping because I would be considering that, okay, this is just me perfecting my craft. Just keep going. Somebody's gonna walk up. Just keep going.
Yeah. That's amazing work ethic. That takes a lot of discipline and a lot of determination and and kind of parallels to my field, persistence and patience. You got to keep at it. And then you got to wait. And then you got to wait. And then you got to keep going. So
you can't care what anybody thinks either. It sounds
you can't, or you'll quit, or that alone will break you. I've seen people excited and stayed for hours, and I've seen people look at me with the nastiest face and keep it pushing. Why are they out? What are you doing? Like,
yeah, I can imagine that would be hard for me to take. I think you have to have some tough skin, I believe.
I think for anybody that's going to go into performing though, and like that, I think that's huge. Like, I didn't know that about you, obviously, but okay, this guy went out there and he, with the sole intention to get really good at his craft, and getting really good is the only way to get good at anything is to do reps. And it sounds like you did reps, but not only do you do reps, you're doing reps in front of, like she said, people that aren't just in a venue where, even if you're doing it for free, you could maybe volunteer to do it in a venue where people that liked your music are coming, or liked your style of music. But you're doing it where you got people that are country artist fans, that just, that are classical music fans, that walking by you.
I'm glad you said that. Every February in Vegas, there's the rodeo. They used to have me shook. I didn't know what music to play. I didn't know what to do. The Cowboys would be out there, and I'll be like, man, I don't know. It would be so funny because my brother would laugh at me. I wouldn't know what to do. I would eventually break it and okay, I just gotta stick with my guns. I can't.
God.
But yeah, it definitely that moment actually, because they had me every year, each and every time they would have me shook.
Oh, that is so funny.
I guarantee it. They'd have me shook just being around.
Shook. Just then they're looking at you, and it's like they got the boots, the big buckles, fat hats. I'm like, man, I don't think they're gonna like what I'm gonna say.
Were you able to come up with a rap that would be relatable to the country, to those? You did?
Yes. I would ask somebody their favorite song, and I would put on the instrument. And 9 times out of 10, I would know the song, so I would kind of stick to the chorus or the hook, what the song was about, but I just put my own little twist to it.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, that's great.
That's very, very, very creative. Yeah, I mean, and I admire you too, though, because you write your lyrics. You know what I'm saying? And you're not, you know, it's hard to like be able to write them, come up with them, and then put them to your craft.
Right. No, I'm especially proud of you guys. You've been, from when I see you on that day, and you stuck at it. You did not stop. You did not. Yeah. You kept hitting the weights. You kept at it, and
yeah.
Every time I was just showing my dad, I'm like, look, you don't remember? He was like, I think so. He was looking. He's like, I think so. He was like, man, she's been at it. I was talking about she's branding the whole thing. I was telling my dad, I'm look, I'm getting back.
Yeah.
Classes, get this COVID-19 ways.
Yeah. That's what it's about. You got to stick with it. You can't lose it. That's what I try to preach everybody, all these people, that you got to keep going. You never can stop. When you reach a goal, you hit a new one. You reach a goal, you make a new one. Goal, you make a new one. So I'm sure it's the same way in your field as well. So what is your plan now? So you went from street performing to, you've made a few singles and things like that. Where can they be found? Because people are asking me on my TikTok, where can your music be found? I know you're on SoundCloud, right?
SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, Pac-Man, pxcmxn, and you can from there. And I was also I collabed with a group called 28 Degrees, and that's the most recent music that I've
okay.
Well, I wouldn't say most recent. Is that the most recent? No, that's more of my passion. I took some time with that music, and I felt like I found a new sound with this new producer and this other guy that I was working with. But it's 28 Degrees. It's all one word. Numbers 28, and then the letters degrees, all one word. On Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, all of that, all major streaming platforms.
Okay, and you said it's pxcmxn.
MXN, Pac-Man, all the A's is X's, so I can't get sued, you know.
I know. I know, right? Exactly.
And that's like going back to what a minute ago when you were saying about that the hard work and everything. I'm trying to remember the saying about everybody sees the overnight success. They don't see that it took 20 years to make that overnight success happen.
Man, I'm telling you, delayed gratification. That's all I look about. That's what I think about. Like, okay, because what I've noticed with just growing with this music, it's all about timing. When dropping singles, you can have next year's music right now, but you would feel me? You would just have to sit on it. And one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite artists, The Weeknd, he has a song from his album. He actually sat on that song for like 3 to 5 years, and we switched it 2 or 3 times. He sat on a song for 3 to 5 years, and then put it out with the what's the name of this song? Was it Waste of Time? It was something like that.
Is that soundtrack by The Weeknd?
Yeah, no, I think Wasted Time's it was from the album Trilogy.
Oh.
But that's a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
I would struggle with that. I would struggle with sitting on anything for very long if I felt like it was good at all.
I felt the same way, and then time went, and I look at my phone now and my discography, like the music that I have unreleased runs a pair, and I believe in each and every single one of the songs. I'm just waiting for the right timing and to make sure I have the correct following.
Right.
Because I can put out the best song and nobody will hear it.
So that would drive me crazy, I feel like.
Well, that's funny. That's a lot like posting on different platforms. I mean, if their timing's not right or you don't market things the right way, your message gets missed, and it's hard to go back and get that energy back for it.
Right.
Exactly. I had an album that I was gonna release on my birthday, just my past birthday in February. Codename Wugs. Wugs was my childhood nickname. That's what I went by when me and Angie first met. That was my everything, and I was going back to that not even straying from Pac-Man. Still call myself Pac-Man, but it was an album I felt for my family, for my friends, and for people who really haven't tuned in when I do post and embarked on a journey that I've just went through. And I felt like this album was just describing it all. But the day I came to release it, something just said, don't do it. Don't do it right now.
Really?
It's not time. I got the cover art ready. I got everything ready to be distributed. And then it's like, nope, don't do it yet. Don't do it. Just wait. Just a little bit. Just put in a little bit more work and release it later. I don't know why. What told me? I just had a gut feeling that said, don't do it.
You got to always go with your gut feeling on
Yeah,
those.
absolutely.
Yeah, but that's it. But other than that, before I left Phoenix, I had a battle. That was funny. That was very funny. That was very funny.
Oh, yeah.
I battled this older guy named Swerve 360. He was a known DJ out there in Phoenix. I seen him battle one of my friends out there that I do music with, and he beat him. He beat him because my friend didn't prepare at all. Like, he was doing all the trolling on the internet, and he did his part on there, and he didn't do his homework. Like, yeah, that's the same face I was making. Like, for real. All right, I'm still your friend though, so it's all right. I'll get him. And then after he battled, I went up to the dude. I'm like, look, I don't know who I got to battle to get to you, but you're trash. You're trash. Like, you suck. You suck. Like, and he's like, yeah, all right, whatever. And my friend, he battled the next main event that came up, and I kind of like just bullied my way on that card. All right, well, this is my time. This is my timing. So I just called him out on the post, like, look, we got this card coming up in Phoenix. You can hop on it, you know. But yeah, that went bad for him. Yeah. Long story short, that went real bad for him. Yeah, that went bad. You can find that on YouTube as well. Swerve 360 versus Pac-Man, Rise of the Phoenix. Yeah, that went bad for him.
360. So
Yes.
Swerve 360 is your name, right?
Yep. He's actually from Virginia.
Okay. Well, really?
Yeah.
So that was your last battle.
Yep. That was my last one.
Nice.
I had another one actually, because before to end my battle, it was this dude talking. The dude that my homie was battling that night, and he was doing too much talking, and I'm like, look, bro, you suck too. Y'all suck. Like, stop playing with me. Like, y'all suck, bro. Like, I do this like in real life. Like, I don't do this in my spare time. This isn't a hobby. Like, this is my day job. Like, you know that look you give somebody when they challenge you on your favorite game? Like, oh yeah, you want to play that? Come on, we can play.
That's great. We lost you for a second, but you're back.
Oh yeah, my phone cut.
So what is your plan now? What's the next step?
The next step is just planting my feet back in West Virginia, because I was just out here. A lot of people knew me for just skateboarding, NIAG or my dad's clothing line and stuff. So I really just want to get some roots embedded out here in West Virginia, and just see what the music scene can be like, because I was recording at West Virginia University when I was back in 2014. I would go to their local studio, and I was doing tracks out there with a couple of friends I had. But yeah, just building studio back up, getting some more visuals done, because I miss all of this green area. I was so sick of being in the desert. It was
really. So yeah. Are you gonna be in Charleston, or you said you're going to Bluefield?
I'm gonna live in Bluefield, but I'm traveling. I'm still gonna handle Vegas with a long spoon. Still gonna handle Phoenix. I'm coming here more or less to just set my family down. You feel me? So I know they're good, and while I can travel around and do what I have to do, because right now I really want to get on. I don't know if you've heard the TV show on Netflix, Rhythm and Flow.
No, I have not.
It's a music show with Cardi B, Chance the Rapper. It's like The Voice.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did see the advertisement for that. I have to check it out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, my friend that I used to street perform with out in Vegas, he got on that show, King Vibe. If you ever watch that show, go look him up. We actually have some music coming out too. He just hit me up just recently and said that we needed to do some songs together, which I'm glad because we did so much street music and performed so many times on the street, and we never really took the time to go to actually just go sit down in the studio because we're always set on I'm going outside to perform. I'm going outside to go perform.
That's awesome.
You guys probably got crazy chemistry though. You spent all that time together.
Man, it was me. It was a group called Grammy Boys. It was me and a singer. Oh my goodness. Oh my, that guy. It got to the point he taught me how to harmonize / sing, and I perfected his bars, his craftsmanship, and it was oh my goodness. That man, like music wise, we have some crazy chemistry. Like he can guess my next couple sentences and got to a certain part. Like
that's awesome. It's great to find somebody like that.
It is.
That's awesome. Well, we're glad you're back in West Virginia, at least in the States. When you're in Charleston, you need to come visit us. We'll do a podcast live. And you can rap.
Definitely. I'm sorry. Definitely. I'm sorry I'm not at the house. We didn't expect to be in Charleston this long, but I'll have some better lighting next time. Like you said, next time I come to Charleston, we can do an actual live podcast, and we can do a slight show.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Freestyle. Man.
Everybody's asking, like, make him rap some rap. But I'm like, he's in the car. I don't know. that would be a good time.
That would be fun. We can go off any topic, anything. We can definitely get them.
That'd be awesome. Do you have TikTok, by the way?
TikTok? No, I don't. I need to get all my A game. Like busy, smooth, and
yes, you need to get on that. I think we're losing you a little bit.
If he's going to Bluefield, we're definitely going to lose him eventually for a minute.
If you're in the mountains of West Virginia, you're definitely going to have probably a bad signal. Are we still there?
I don't know. Right now he's frozen.
He's driving.
He might be gone.
From Charleston to Bluefield. If you've ever been to West Virginia, you already know that the mountains can cause a problem. But that's okay if we've lost him. I think we shut it down at a good spot. He's going to come in when he's in town. Maybe again, we'll have to see when he's in Charleston. We'll see when he's in Charleston, and he can come here live to our house. And he said he'll do a little show for us. He was in the car, in and out of signal, so it's going to be hard for him to do a little rap for you. But that was Pac-Man, not to be mistaken for the other one, but it's pxcmxn. So the X has replaced the A's, which is pretty clever. So we're glad we had him on finally. We've known him for a while. We've been wanting to get in here for a while, and we were able to grab him as he was traveling. But he'll be at least in our state, so we'll be able to get him here live, hopefully here.
We'll get him live.
Maybe this summer.
That'd be great.
That'd be so much fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Nate would love it.
Oh, Nate would.
If he's in here rapping for us, Nate would love it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was a good podcast. It was a guest. We kind of lost him prematurely, but that's okay. It happens when you're driving in the mountains of West Virginia.
Peace out.